Hey, welcome to your Gemini horoscopes for the week of Thanksgiving. If you're in the United States, that is. If you're not, then it's the week of the 19th through the 25th. And celebrating whatever you guys are celebrating this week, even if it's just a nap that you didn't plan on getting, a surprise nap. Everybody loves a surprise nap, right? Lots of naps are going to be needed this week, I'm sure, for a lot of different people. Luckily for you guys, there is no planet activity going on in Gemini this week. The moon is coming in next week, but you guys dodged a bullet this week because you don't need any interruptions. There's a lot of stuff going on as it is, with focus being on the home and those you love. That's like the quintessential memory I have of every holiday event that I have ever hosted at my house, where their entire week is dedicated to getting ready for that meal, whether it's the food preparation or the cleanup home, whatever. Especially those of you with children, my hearts go out to you. They really do. I understand completely where you're coming from on that one. So yeah, focus is on the home and those you love. I feel like in many ways it's a double-edged sword. I feel like for some of you, this is going to be one of those really great weeks where you have extra time to spend with your loved ones. You have some that kind of come in early, and you can, the whole process of getting the house together and the food together is just awesome, because you're all doing it together. So it's not so much all on you. It's almost, it's like you have the people coming together to help you out, and it's not so much help as it is the camaraderie of everybody sort of working together in some way, if that makes sense. There's always going to be challenges in that, of course, because um not everybody shares the same opinion on how things should be. I mean, that tends to happen in every family, but for the most part, I feel like it's more everybody playing together than working, even though you are working. But the other side of that sword is those individuals that don't have that camaraderie, that don't have that specific family dynamic, um, or that are having difficulties or challenges, feeling like they're being pulled in two different directions. So I also kind of feel like for some Geminis, and it's not to say that you guys specifically do this to yourselves, okay? I'm not saying that. I am saying, however, that Geminis tend to not like to focus on one thing at a time. They thrive on that stress of being in multiple different directions. And I feel like by putting yourself in that space in the past, it might come back to haunt you this week, actually, as you feel like you are being pulled in a couple of different places. Or it could be a little bit of both. You have that wonderful camaraderie, but you're still being pulled in multiple different places, or people are bringing you into family drama, or I mean, there's always the happy part of family coming together, and there's always the really annoying part of family coming together, and sort of seems like the best of both worlds in some way, shape, or form. Now, you Geminis, can't lie, you love a little drama every now and then. It does shake things up, which is good, providing it's just a little bit and it's not something that you're getting sucked into specifically. And it's really important, of course, to avoid getting sucked into it as much as you possibly can, because the more you get sucked into it, the more it is going to basically take over the entire dinner and the entire week. And you don't want that. You don't want any undue stress, or stress that isn't needed right now. You have enough things on your plate. Why go out of your way to invite any more just because it's entertaining for a minute? So do be aware of that. And, in order to help yourself not get sucked into something that you don't need to get sucked into this year. I also kind of feel like For you guys, there's that whole double-edged sword comment. I feel a lot of Geminis also are playing double roles, hence the double-edged sword. You're playing the double roles. So, in one hand, if you were looking at the double roles being the Emperor and Empress in the tarot deck, for example, both leaders, both of them in charge, one with a steady, understanding, logical way of ruling, and one with an empathic, compassionate, heartfelt way of leading. And that sort of leadership is going to be very necessary for you guys this week, I feel, because having that balance within yourself is going to help calm things down around you also. Remember, you can always stir the pot, or you can always turn down the flame so it doesn't boil over. It really is up to you. And I feel like you just want to avoid any of those traps that may try and talk you into stirring the pot when you know that that might not be such a good idea. It'll just take up time that's needless time away from what's important about the day, which is what's important about this week, which is family coming together. For some of us, that's once a year and that's it. You don't want to waste that time dealing with things that just aren't worth your energy today. So that's what I have for you guys this week. If you love your horoscopes, do consider sending a tip or donation to my coffee link, which is in the description of this video. I do love all the coffees. Appreciate that very, very much. I'm Melissa Bruce, Heavy Metal Psychic. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next week. And in the meantime, you guys have a wonderful holiday. Or if you're not having a holiday, just have a wonderful week and steer clear of that drama. Just for this week, just take a little mini break away from the entertainment value of it for just a minute to give yourself that space to be able to focus on more important things. You guys make it a great week, and I will see you next week.